Welcome back to Medrash Umaisa, where we share a story for this week's Parsha, Parshas Pikudei. This week's story takes us back to Russia during the days of Rebbe of Riminov. One day the Jews of Riminov were surprised to see posters going up in town announcing that the Russian army was going to be sending inspectors to look for a suitable building to nationalize for purposes of warehousing, storage of goods for the Russian army. Now, the Jews of Riminov weren't that worried because a warehouse is going to be a big building, and most of the Jews had pretty small homes or businesses. However, when the inspectors came and looked around the town, they decided that the best building would be the central shul in Riminov. The Jews were horrified. A meeting was held with the different askanim in the town, and the Rebbe of Riminov also participated in the meeting. Now, the Rebbe had his own shtibel, but all the Jews in Riminov were concerned about what would be happening to the shul. Different people brought up different proposals. The standard course of bribery wouldn't work here. They checked into it, and since this was connected to the army, any attempt to interfere would be viewed as treason, which could be punishable by death. They were thinking and discussing, and finally, one man lit up. He said, "It's so simple, I can't believe we forgot this. It's only because it hasn't rained for a long time." They said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Let's think about what an army likes to store in a warehouse. They are especially storing basic foodstuffs, flour, sugar, other things, so that as the army travels from place to place, they will have enough things that they need. And we are forgetting that the roof of the shul leaks like crazy when it rains. It leaks like a sieve. That is totally no good for a warehouse." And everybody smiled at this brilliant idea. They said, "You're right." They weren't able to notice that when they came. We'll have to explain it to them. When they see that the building is leaky, it's unfit to be a warehouse, will be saved. Everybody seemed happy, aside from the Rebbe of Riminov. He had a very stern look on his face. The man with the idea said, "Rebbe, you don't like my idea?" He said, "No." He said, "Well, what does the Rebbe suggest we do?" He said, "I suggest you fix the roof." The man was shocked. He said, "But if we fix the roof, then it'll be a good warehouse again." He said, "You don't understand. I'm thinking, why is it that Hashem has brought this gezerah onto us that the Russian army wants to take away our shul? I didn't know what it was, what we did. Suddenly when I hear that the shul leaks, the roof leaks, and nobody has fixed it, now I understood. Would you treat your home that way if your home was leaking? We aren't treating our shul with kavod, and therefore Hashem is taking it away from us. If we fix the roof and do tshuva and treat the shul with kavod, all will be well." So they did it. They fixed the roof. And in fact, a little while later, they got a letter explaining that the army had decided they wanted to locate their warehouse elsewhere. In this week's Parsha, Parshas Pikudei, we celebrate the completion of the Mishkan. And as we yearn for the rebuilding of our Beis HaMikdash, which is the continuation of that Mishkan, we have to think about how we treat our own Mikdash Ma'at. In order to merit that Beis HaMikdash, shouldn't we be treating the small Beis HaMikdash we have, our shuls, our Batei Medrash, in the ways that they deserve to be treated? When we see something, whether it's something that fell on the floor or something that needs to be repaired, let's remember the Rebbe of Riminov and the equation that he put before the town there. And hopefully with that, we'll be zoche to the rebuilding of the Beis HaMikdash. B'mehera v'yameinu. Have a wonderful Shabbos.